Hello folks and welcome to another video. Behind me is a VW Up GTI, but this ain't no ordinary Up GTI. Oh no, it has a JBS tune, it's stage 2, it's running 155 horsepower and 200 pounds-feet of torque. It's also got Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tyres, it's also got a forged induction kit, an intake, it's also got a Miltech exhaust, and it's also got KWST suspension. What's the reason for me driving this car today? Well, I like Ups. It used to be my first car, so it brings back memories me driving an Up GTI, but also Up GTIs are a little bit underwhelming to drive. These cars have a very, very good chassis if you pull a fuse out, but VW won't let you turn off the traction control fully. But an owner today, Dan, has brought his very one down, which is very, very unique. So the idea today is to see what this car is like to drive, because it does have 155 horsepower and 200 pounds-feet of torque, and apparently 0 to 60 in this car is in the sub 6.5 seconds, which is crazy fast. We're going to go for a drive, but I'm going to show you a little walk around right now. Sun is shining, no it's not, but this is brightening up my day for sure. As you can see, it's an Up GTI, it's the 5-door model, and he's had a couple of aesthetic bits done to it. As you can see, it's got the dot wheels, and it's running this lovely fresh Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tyre, not 4S, but still a good tyre for this car, and it does transform it a little bit. Now, if I show you under the bonnet, as you can see, it's a 1 litre 3-cylinder, but there is a lot going on. It's also got the JBS sticker there. These are the guys who have basically remapped the car to stage 2. 155 horsepower out of 3 cylinders, and this thing does make a fruity soundtrack. It's also got a dump valve, which we will hear later on. I mean, to look at, these things are just, they're quite cute, aren't they? They're just adorable things. You can't take it seriously. It's just good old fun, really, which is quite nice. You can see it's got the little GTI sticker at the top, which I think is quite cool, and it's landed sideways, which is very, very nice. Again, Michelin Pilot Sport 4S, and we've got a Miltech exhaust, which is quite cool. It's quite cool the way this car looks. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below, and please like and subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to check out more videos. Trying to do 3-4 a week and hopefully get some videos up so I have enough money to get myself a haircut. Anyway, let's go for a drive. Here we are then, VW Up GTI. This brings back memories driving my VW Up when I was 16, turning 17, learning car control, learning how to do J-turns, learning to do handbrake turns. By the way, Ups have the best handbrakes in the business. You don't have to yank it too hard, and they don't snap cables. That's just consumer advice there to all you yobbos. Things you need to know about the Up GTI. Well, it's an Up, so all the controls are very light, the steering's very light, the gear shift's very light, the control weights are very light, the clutch is very easy. It's a city car after all, and obviously VW created basically a warm/mild hatchback. It's not a fully fledged hot hatchback, but it's something that's a little bit peppier than your standard Up that your nan or your 17-year-old would drive. This car has been remapped by JBS Tuning. They specialise in VWs. They've also specialised to turn off the traction control. Sadly, the stability control can't be turned off. The only way to do that is to pull a fuse, which means that you'll have to lose ABS, which is, give or take, not a bad thing, because this car's quite light and you'll find it very difficult to lock this car up. But you know, for road driving, is that necessary? Not really. This being an Up GTI, you do get a couple of bits shared from the Golf GTI. So this steering wheel comes straight from a Golf GTI, which is quite nice. I always love the design of this. Also reminds me of the Porsche 918 Spider wheel, which has obviously now been carried around the whole Porsche range. It's very, very nice. These seats are very, very cool, nice and comfy. Not very supportive for when you're being thrown about, but you know, it's one of them ones. 6-speed manual gearbox, nice, slick-y, very precise. So then let's talk about power. First things first, from around 2,500 RPM all the way to 5. This car pulls. It's got some serious amounts of torque. The way it sort of just surges down the road is almost diesel-like, which is not a bad thing at all. But this car also likes to rev. The car at 96,000 RPM, but most of the revs are done by 5,500. But it just means that you can row through this 6-speed manual gearbox gearbox, which is just a delight to use. Very nice, precise. What's the handling like with this Up? Well, first things first, it's very, very grippy, and it does overwhelm the front wheels. These Michelin Pilots Sport 4. Steering's quite light, but you know, it's got decent feedback. Not much feel, but then what car nowadays has feel, let's be honest. Visibility's good because it's an Up. These cars are just cheeky and fun and quirky. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for a car that weighs under 1,000 kilos, it's good, really, really good. The brakes, well, they're standard, which means that it's got discs all round compared to having drums at the rear. And at the minute, it's fine. It copes up with the stopping power very, very well on the road. I can imagine once you start taking it on the track, it would start to cook up. But hey, just put some upgraded yellow stuff pads and some braided lines and ductified brake fluid. You should be fine for something like this. I wouldn't really upgrade the brakes at all. Do you know what's pleasant about this Up GTI? Well, it's how easy it is to drive. There's no compromise. It's still an Up GTI, which means easy around town. Like I said before, steering's light, easy, nimble. You can just potter around with this. The KW suspension doesn't beat you up too much. Yes, it's slightly firmer, and it does keep that body roll in check. But it's nice, it's pliant, it's good. I don't know if you can hear that, but this car has a dump valve. So every time you change gear, you get this nice little that playing in the background, which is quite cool. And the soundtrack's quite nice. This 3-cylinder soundtrack is lovely. It amplifies a sort of tinny 6-cylinder slash Porsche soundtrack from it. It's cool, it's from it, I like it. Proper steady. This car flies, it properly flies. The only thing that I would suggest with this car is try to find a way to turn off the stability control, because underneath this car, it does have a really nice chassis, but the way this thing goes, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed me having a quick blast in this VW Up GTI. It's very, very fast, very, very fast. Maybe we need this car back one day to do a drag race video with something else for sure. Let me know what you think about this car. Are you an Up GTI fan? Do you think the Up GTI should be a car that could be turned into something like a track weapon, because the chassis on these are quite nice? I also recommend that if you are a 17-year-old and you want to upgrade from your standard car into something else that's a little bit peppy, and have a look at an Up GTI, because I think these things are quite nice. Yes, it's not quite up there with a Fiesta ST, but it's a nice little step up before you upgrade to a Fiesta ST. Anyway, like, subscribe as always, follow me on Instagram at sid.north. Big thank you to Dan, the owner of this Up GTI, for letting me have a go and letting me rag around in it, and also well done JBS for creating a bit of a monster. Anyway, until next time folks, see you later.